12-year-old Tommy Martinez was deep in his chemistry homework when a soft shimmer of blue light appeared near his bedroom window. He looked up from his desk, expecting to see the neighbor's security light malfunctioning again, but instead found himself staring at a translucent figure materializing in the corner of his room. The figure solidified into a girl about his age, but definitely not human. Her skin had a faint silver tint that seemed to glow in the moonlight, and her large violet eyes held an intelligence that reminded Tommy of his father's work colleague, Ambassador Zethkala, from the Luminary delegation. "Please do not be frightened," the girl whispered in accented English, her voice carrying the same melodic quality as her father's. "I am Lyra Keth, daughter of Zethkala. Your father works with mine in the diplomatic exchange program." Tommy set down his pencil, his heart still racing from the surprise, but no longer afraid. His dad, Dr. Miguel Martinez, was part of Earth's first formal diplomatic program with alien species, and Tommy had grown up hearing stories about various extraterrestrial cultures around the dinner table. "How did you get in here?" Tommy asked, glancing at his locked bedroom door and then at the closed window 3 stories above the ground. "Luminary can phase shift through solid matter," Lyra Keth explained, looking embarrassed. "I am sorry for the intrusion, but I need help, and you are the only human child I know." She held up a small crystalline device that pulsed with the same blue light that had announced her arrival. "This is my cultural examination project. I must demonstrate understanding of human childhood traditions to pass my social studies course. But She paused, her silver cheeks darkening with what Tommy recognized as a blush. "I have never actually experienced human childhood." Tommy leaned forward, intrigued. "What kind of demonstration?" "I must present evidence of participating in what humans call playing. On Luminar, children begin advanced studies at age 5. We do not have toys or games or—" She gestured helplessly around Tommy's room, taking in the posters, video game console, and collection of model aircraft, whatever this is. For the first time in his life, Tommy realized how alien his completely normal bedroom might seem to someone from another world. His Star Wars posters, his gaming setup, his collection of baseball cards scattered across his desk, all of it was completely foreign to a species that apparently skipped childhood entirely. "So you need to learn how to play?" Tommy asked, a smile spreading across his face. "That's actually awesome. I'm like an expert at playing." Over the next hour, Tommy introduced Lyra Keth to the fundamental concepts of human childhood recreation. They started with simple board games. She was fascinated by the concept of dice and probability in Monopoly, approaching it like a complex mathematical theorem until Tommy showed her the joy of buying ridiculous properties and bankrupting opponents through sheer luck. "But this makes no logical sense," Lyra Keth protested, as Tommy's piece landed on her hotel-laden boardwalk. "Your strategic positioning was clearly inferior." "That's the point," Tommy laughed. "Sometimes games are fun because they're random. You can't calculate your way to winning every time." They moved on to video games, where Lyra Keth's enhanced reflexes made her surprisingly good at action sequences. But she struggled with the concept of just having fun, rather than optimizing every move for maximum efficiency. "On my world," she explained as they played a cooperative puzzle game, "every activity must serve a purpose. Improve skills, increase knowledge, advance society. The idea of doing something purely for enjoyment is strange." "Weird," Tommy said, pausing the game. "On Earth, we think playing is how kids learn stuff. Like, when we play pretend, we're learning how to imagine different situations. When we play sports, we're learning teamwork and how to handle winning and losing. Even video games teach problem solving." Lyra Keth's violet eyes widened. "So play is educational disguised as pleasure? I guess. But it's also just fun. Like, watch this." Tommy grabbed two of his action figures and began an elaborate story involving space battles, heroic rescues, and ridiculous plot twists. Lyra Keth watched in fascination as he created entire worlds with just his imagination and plastic toys. "You are constructing narrative frameworks," she observed, "creating hypothetical scenarios to explore possible outcomes and moral decisions." "Dude, I'm just playing with toys," Tommy laughed. "But yeah, I guess that's what I'm doing too." The real breakthrough came when Tommy introduced her to the concept of making up the rules as you go. They built a pillow fort in his room. Lyra Keth's phase-shifting abilities made her surprisingly good at architectural engineering and declared it the base for their newly formed interspecies detective agency. "So we just decide what our mission is?" Lyra Keth asked as they sat in their blanket headquarters. "Exactly. We could be investigating alien mysteries, or solving crimes, or exploring new planets. Whatever sounds cool." For the first time since appearing in his room, Lyra Keth genuinely smiled. "I choose investigating the mystery of why Earth children possess such advanced imagination training while being considered just playing." They spent another hour creating elaborate backstories for their detective agency, complete with badges made from cardboard and colored markers, secret handshakes, and a mission statement written in both English and Lyra Keth's native Luminary script. As the night grew later, Lyra Keth carefully documented everything with her crystalline device, recording not just the activities, but Tommy's explanations of why each game was enjoyable. "I believe I understand now," she said as she prepared to leave. "Human children are not wasting time with play. You are practicing for adult life in a safe environment where failure has no consequences." "And it's fun," Tommy added. "Don't forget that part." "Yes," Lyra Keth smiled, her first truly relaxed expression of the evening. "Fun? This is perhaps the most important lesson." As she began to shimmer again, preparing to phase shift back to her father's quarters in the diplomatic complex, she paused. "Tommy Martinez, would you like to continue our detective agency? I believe I will need more practice with this playing concept." Tommy grinned. "Definitely. Same time tomorrow? I'll teach you about video game tournaments and how to build the ultimate blanket fort." "I will bring Luminary learning crystals," Lyra Keth replied. "Perhaps you would enjoy seeing how children on my world develop telepathic abilities through crystal harmonics." After she disappeared, Tommy sat in his pillow fort headquarters and realized he'd just had the coolest night of his 12-year-old life. Not only had he made an alien friend, but he'd apparently become Earth's first unofficial ambassador of childhood play. The next morning at breakfast, when his father asked about his evening, Tommy just smiled and said, "Dad, I think your work buddy's daughter is going to ace her social studies project." Dr. Martinez raised an eyebrow, but didn't press for details. In the diplomatic corps, he'd learned that sometimes the most important cultural exchanges happened in the most unexpected ways. And in the weeks that followed, the Interspecies Detective Agency became the most secret and successful diplomatic initiative in human history, solving mysteries that ranged from why do Earth parents make children eat vegetables, to how can Luminary children learn to imagine impossible things. Neither species realized that two kids playing games in a bedroom fort were laying the groundwork for the most successful interspecies friendship treaty ever negotiated.